We have another question coming up. Before I ask this question, um, channeling. Uh, it's is this something that you've experienced? Like, is it recent, or um, has it been, something one of those other gifts that you sort of shoved aside because it might have been scary, or you know, you thought it was just a little too out there?
So I have a thought about this that might be a little counterculture, but I'm just going to say it because we're having this conversation. I really believe, first of all, we all have the ability to channel. The question is, what channel are we on?
Oh wow,
Like, what channel, what are we channeling? Right. So, like, I really think of that. We all have the ability to connect into something greater or to our ego. And the ego, we know what that sounds like. We could do a whole course on that. What I have found is when I am in a state of calm, peace, connection, feeling grounded, it is very easy for me to feel and sense a very high vibration that speaks through me, that feels like it's with me. That is something I have felt for a long time. But what I would say is that it's increased the capacity to do that has increased really over the last probably 5 or 6 years. I started my podcast about 8 years ago, and the more that I've like been directed towards the course and spirituality and channeling, it feels like the way I can explain it is this channel that I'm talking about, whether it's a name that comes out like an angel's name, or sometimes there are names we know that are used, or in Helen Schuckman's example, I mean, Helen channeled Jesus, like
right?
literally probably one of the best channeled works we have. I don't know that she ever knew she was able to do that, right? And there was a deep desire to create peace between her and Bill. And so I do believe when our intention is to have forgiveness, to have healing, to change, to transform, to be helpful, we're going to be given gifts and abilities and ways to do that are beyond just what we think who we are. I don't think most of us realize the power, the beautiful gifts and power within us. So for me, the more that I remember, oh yeah, I'm divine by design. Oh yeah, God speaks, the voice for God speaks in me, through me. The more I make an effort to look through the lens of the miracle lens, of the perspective of there I can see peace here, or I love this one. When I sometimes I get a little scared flying, and I'll just say, like, my holiness blesses the plane.
Right.
My holiness blesses the situation. Like, all of us, we're all sons, daughters of God, like, period, full stop. So that ability to bring in higher consciousness, or that voice, it's felt much easier. And sometimes it often, for me, it doesn't have a label. There have been times where I have felt the whoa. I worked with somebody and actually did an episode on this and brought in Archangel Michael, and I could feel it. Very different than a different being that I brought in. I still think it's important not to get caught in the weeds. We're all connected to
Right.
the one creator, all loving. And so I just can say this, that ability to really feel love come through you and speak as you, I believe we all have access to that. I just do.
I've had several people come up who channel either Mother Mary or another aspect of the divine feminine. And that seems vital in this day and age to channel the divine feminine. That um, we need we need to hear that voice. We've lost complete contact with it, the majority of us. Um, and I don't think it's a coincidence that more and more people are stepping forward, um, hearing that voice, including uh, men. Next month I have Clark Strand um, coming up, and he's going to talk about uh, Anna Perdita Finn, his partner, his wife. They're going to talk about invoking the divine feminine using the rosary. Um, so really looking forward to that. If you get an opportunity to talk with them, um, I think you'd really love it.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Is that Perdita's husband that you're talking
Yes.
about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
You know, I think, look, to remember, we are all having our own perspective of this life experience, right? Our soul in body form. And so who we channel, who we connect to, the way that that shows up, kind of going back to what you said, Eric, there's an aspect that this is already written. And I look at it like we're just scratching the surface of really getting the divinity, like God is in each of us, and that we're all connected. We're all from that one.
Right.
And so to me, channeling those higher, um that high that energy, that it feels like love. It just feels like love that comes through. And it's going to sound different in each person, right? Because we all have our way of speaking. It's just I don't think it's that, how would I say this? I think people can make a lot about it, like that person can channel and this can't. No, we all have the potential to tap in and to speak of love. It's just going to sound how it sounds from me, from you. And you'll know because you feel blissful, you feel joyful, you feel light, peaceful. Those are some of the qualities, right? Ego is going to make you feel shame and guilt and judged. That is not what I'm talking about.